Okay, welcome back to my lessons. So hopefully you've seen what's involved to do this manually. Now with 8 vehicles, it's probably not worth automating the task. So we've already established what's involved, how it's done, and how quickly it can be done. So that took me about 2 minutes to do. So for 8 vehicles, it's going to take me about 15 minutes, which is probably not very long when you compared how long it would take to automate. But if I then had 1,000 vehicles to run this query on, that's going to be 1,000 times 2 minutes is going to end up 2,000 minutes, and if I do that over 60, that's 33 hours. I mean, that's a week of work. So you might want to automate this task. So to do that, there's a thing called an API. So some people may have heard of API. I expect a lot of you haven't. And an API, what is it? So I've got the wiki article for an API. So it's an application programming interface. That's the technical term. And it's basically a computing interface that defines the interaction between multiple software intermediaries. So what that's saying is Excel is one of the software intermediaries, and the DVLA inquiry service is another software. So what we'd basically do is get Excel, which is one bit of software, to talk to the DVLA database, which is another bit of software, and get the information that we require. So the API will provide mechanisms so that it basically gives you a defined way to request your data, and it comes back in a defined way. So the DVLA in the UK offer this vehicle inquiry service, and I've actually applied. So you can register that for this API. The process is a bit clunky. You basically register. They ask you what your company name was. For this, I just put Craig's Experimentation. They were quite happy to issue me with my API key, and then once you've got an API key, you can actually form requests. So the request is basically it goes through this website, and you send in your request body the vehicle's registration number, and you'll get back a JSON response. So if this is all sounding a bit too confusing to you, don't worry. I really will walk you through it and show you how it's done and what's possible. I look forward to taking this through to the next lesson. But maybe before you do start, it might be worth applying for the API. It took about 2 to 3 days to get this all sorted back from the DVLA. So why not have a go, see if they will also issue you with your API key.